again, the chicken coop, and I just wanted to show y'all my seed starting setup that I've come up with for this year to start my spring garden. Now my setup for starting my spring garden, my seeds, has kind of evolved over the years. When I first started gardening, I did not start anything my own seeds, nothing like that, except for direct sowing into my garden. So a lot of people on YouTube and different blogs and stuff like that, they kind of make it seem like you have to do all these things if you're going to garden. My suggestion is take it little by little, learn your skills, learn your gardening method that you're going to do, and just add to that every year. It's probably been 2 or 3 years now that I've been starting something with seeds. Last year was my first year to start everything that I grew in my garden that I was not direct sowing seeds into my garden from my own seed starts. That was the very first year. I've been gardening for a long time. So it just happened to be that was the year that I could devote my time, my attention, try to do it. I had been successful starting some seed starts a couple of years in a row, so I had my confidence up to take that chance to start my garden on all the seed starts that I sowed myself. But there's all sorts of circumstances with gardening. I mean, I've done that before. Like, I had thought I would start something with seeds and not got around to starting them when I should have. And yes, I could have started them, but then they would have been late. And I just ended up having to go buy plants. There's nothing wrong with that. If you have to do that, don't feel guilty about that. If you're a new gardener, do not feel guilty about that. But if you're ready to start trying to start your plants from your own seedlings, I want to go over my setup, and I hope that it helps somebody, encourages someone, and you get some information out of it. So like I said, I've been starting seed starts for a couple of years, and usually how I started, let me get it over here. Now this is real dirty because it's been out in my greenhouse, but just the regular old Jiffy seed starting tray, just the individual cells, filled them up with potting soil, started my seeds, and then put a cover on them. And I just even had them on in natural light. I didn't even have a grow light or anything on this. I have 3 windows across the back of our den that has really deep window wells, and usually I put them on that. Sometimes I bring in a little table, a little TV tray, something like that, and set them on. This is the west side of our house, so it gets west sun. It's not the most perfect. A southern window exposure would be the best, but my southern window exposure, it would not be the best because it's very shady over there. So then I jumped up to start having more seeds, doing more seed trays just like that. And then my husband also made me a grow light so that I could put stuff over grow light. And this is my husband's grow light that he made me. Just a little fluorescent light on a bracket that bracket completely fits over that seed tray, okay? It's just a regular fluorescent light bulb, nothing special, not even a grow light, I don't even think. Then I found out some information about a company called Bootstrap Farmer. I'm not in any kind of affiliation with them. I don't get any money from them, nothing like that. I have a greenhouse. They have greenhouse supplies for a small greenhouse people that you don't have to order huge quantities of something. And so I ordered some supplies from them. So for a couple of years now, I've been using these setups, these little individual trays like this, and then, I don't know if you can see it, it's got water in here. I should have emptied this out. But there's like little grooves on the bottom that can hold water to wick up water into these seed trays, okay? So this is how I start my seeds now. Instead of putting seeds in every one of those little individual trays, I kind of broadcast them into these little trays, and then I prick them out and go up in size to more trays like that seed tray. Then this way I can start more seeds in a concentrated area and then prick them out and go bigger and bigger and bigger into bigger seeds. And this is something I've done for the last couple of years. I've sold some seed starch, started out, you know, just tomatoes, peppers, that kind of thing. And that's really about what I grow, or tomatoes, peppers, maybe some herbs or something, because I pretty much direct sow everything. And that's what I would really recommend everyone is to, you know, you can buy a squash plant, but why buy a squash plant when you can direct sow that plant? Why buy, you know, a cucumber plant when you could direct sow that plant? But, you know, there's all sorts of different scenarios. If you could do that, whatever. But those are the things that I concentrate on growing. There's usually tomatoes and peppers. So this year I'm doing the same setup. I filled a tray just like this. I fill it up with potting soil, kind of tamp that potting soil down. I don't use a special potting mix. I do not use a special seed starting mix. I just use regular potting soil. If there's any big hunks in it, I take that out, big pieces of wood, that type of thing. I kind of press that down, not like compact it, but I just kind of press that down where it's kind of an even surface. Spread my seeds out onto the top of that soil. I get another container of potting soil, take a spoon and shake out a loose layer of potting soil over the seeds that I've spread on top of that firmed down potting soil. Water it in good, and then I put it on this tray. This is the first year I've used this system, so we're gonna see how this works. But like I say, every year I've kind of graduated up and done a little bit more with my seed starting. It's an evolution. Gardening is an evolution. It's a learned skill that you have to, you know, grow and keep evolving in your gardening skills. So I'll get a close-up of this, but this is just a little shelf that I actually found at Goodwill for $5. So simple. Y'all know I'm like a cheapskate here. So I found this little shelf for $5, and it fits my trays perfectly. I mean, absolutely perfectly. So I ordered some grow lights off of the internet, and they're called Green Indoor, and they're LED lights, and there's 2 to a package. One reason why I chose this one, because it's very inexpensive. They were probably about $20 a set maybe, and it also has a timer setting so that you could adjust and only have the lights on for a certain amount of hours a day. You could program that. And the other thing that I liked it because it had different levels of brightness. You could get 25, 50, 75, and 100% brightness. So what I did is I took those little lights and I zip tied them together. I'll show you all this close up here. Put a chain through the zip tie, and then I have them on S-hooks on my shelf so that I can raise or lower them when I get ready to take my dome off. I'll be able to lower that light closer to the surface level. That was one of the things that was a drawback from just starting them in the windowsill, is because sometimes my plants would get leggy, and I would have to, you know, plant them deeper and deeper to overcome that legginess. So I'm hoping having some grow lights this year will help prevent that legginess. Let me take you off the stand, and I'm going to get you close up here and kind of show you what I'm talking about, okay? All right, so I have a zip tie here on this chain. The chain goes up and it's on the S-hook. I took the 2 lights, I zip tied them together so that I could have one long continuous light. And I've done that on these three levels. So that's 100%, that's the 25, the 50, 75, and 100%. I was worried that it may not reach all the edges of my tray, but as you can see, the light is evenly distributed all on these seed trays. And also from Bootstrap Farmer, I ordered these dome lids. I only have 2 of them though. I like them because they have the air holes in them. You can close off the humidity or whatever in there. but I didn't have 3 of them. I only have, so I probably need to order some more tray covers. So I really like that. So that is my seed setup for this year. So we'll kind of give y'all an update of how this is working. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you got some information about how I start my seed starting. Like I say, it's very simple. Mother Nature's gonna take its course. Don't try to make it harder than it is. Do what you can do what you can afford to do. Don't get discouraged by all of the elaborate things that some people have to start your seeds, because it can be done just right here on the windowsill. I did it for years that way. I just wanted to try to start more and more seeds because I'm trying to sell some seed starts. So that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of trying to evolve my gardening system. But you can do it in a window. There's no reason why it can't be done that way. I just want to let y'all know, some of you may know that we are taking care of my mother-in-law here at the house. She's had kind of a recent illness and had to go in the hospital, and we're bringing her back home. So hopefully I'm going to try to at least have a video a week, but please be patient with me. This is a busy time for all homesteaders getting ready for their gardening season. My time needs to also be available to take care of her. So just be patient with me, and I hope y'all like this video, and hopefully soon we can get into the garden. So please like and subscribe to my channel. We're growing all the time. I just can't believe how many subscribers we're getting, and I just thank y'all for visiting with me. Bye-bye.